Hi class, Mrs. Calvi here. Quick review on solving equations containing decimals. So process is the same as solving regular equations. The only difference is you are going to have decimals. You will have positive and negative integers as well. So here we have x minus 3.84 is equal to 7.2. Remember, our goal is to get the variable by itself. In order to get rid of whatever is on the same side as the variable, we are going to do the opposite operation. So if this is a subtraction problem, we are going to add 3.84 to both sides. The left sides cancel. I'm left with x. Drop down my equal sign. Now I just have to do the math. Just don't forget, when we are adding and subtracting decimals, we need to line the decimal up. Okay, so I'm going to put a placeholder here of 0. 0 and 4 is 4. 2 and 8 is 10. I'm going to carry my 1, drop down my decimal so I don't forget about it. 1 and 7 is 8. 8 and 3 is 11. So I get x is equal to 11.04 or 11 and 400ths. Now, if I were to go ahead and plug that 11.04 back in for x, subtract the 3.84, I would in fact get 7.2, then telling me that I definitely have a correct answer. So final answer, x is equal to 11.04. Okay, pretty simple, just using decimals. Okay, so here we have a division equation. So we have w divided by 3.9 is equal to 1.2. We want the w by itself, so we're going to do the opposite operation. Opposite of division is multiplication, so I'm going to be multiplying both sides by 3.9. These on the left side are going to cancel. I'm going to have my w by itself is equal to, now I need to multiply. 1.2 times 3.9. So 1.2 times 3.9. 9 times 2 is 18. 9 times 1 is 9, plus 1 is 10. I'm done with the 9, so I'm going to put a placeholder. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 1 is 3. I now need to add these together. I'm running out of room. So 8 and 0 gives me 8. 0 and 6 gives me 6, and 1 and 3 gives me 4. Now don't forget, when we figure out where the decimal goes in multiplication, we count scoops. You do not bring it right down. Do not bring your decimal straight down. That is only for addition and subtraction. Okay, so here we need to count scoops. 1, 2 scoops. So from the end of my answer, 2 scoops. 1, 2. My final answer would be w is equal to 4.68. Okay, w is equal to 4.68. And if you were to plug that 4.68 back in for w and divide it by 3.9, you would in fact get 1.2. Okay? Okay, last example. We have 4 is equal to 1.6c. We want the c by itself. This is currently a multiplication problem, so we are going to use division to get rid of that 1.6. The 1.6 is on the right, cancel. I'm left with my c. Now here I have to do a little bit of work. 4 divided by 1.6. 4 divided by 1.6. Remember, we do not want a decimal in our divisor. We want to move it all the way to the right. So it's going to take me 1 scoop to get it over. Whatever I do to the divisor, I must do to the dividend. So right now, my decimal is here after the 4. I'm going to go over 1 scoop, add a 0 for a placeholder, bring up my decimal into the correct spot in my quotient right away so I don't misplace it in my answer. So now I'm looking at 16 going into 40. Well, 16 goes into 40 2 times. 16 times 2 gives me 32. I'm going to subtract. I'm going to be left with 8 after I do the subtraction. I'm going to add a 0 and bring it down. Okay, so now I'm looking at 16 going into 80. Well, 16 times 5 gives me 80 exactly. and I would subtract 80 here, subtract 80, and I would end up coming down to 0. I just can't fit it in. So my final answer is C is equal to 2.5. Now, final answer, C on, remember, variable on the left side. I want to do the check. I'm going to plug 2.5 in for C. If I do 2.5 and I multiply it by 1.6, that would in fact give me 4 as an answer, and I would know my final answer of C equals 2.5 is correct. All right, that is it for now, and I will talk to you guys soon.